once you have a good brand, price become less relevant. Search and social. Those are the two pillars of our services. Once we figure out the brand and what do they want to be known for, the second part is, okay, how we're going to grow their business. The number one is leads. So how do we generate leads?
By speaking directly to the leads during whenever it is that we do our marketing, we have a profile, a customer profile for them. And it might be somebody of an older generation, but you're speaking directly to, in a way, one person. So that whenever the person is listening to it over the TV or over the screen, they're like, oh, they're talking to me.
So let's say you are an HVAC company and we identified that your ideal client profile is senior living homes. So how do you generate leads?
You create the ad or you create the organic post or whatever it is that you do, tailored specifically to that person.
Yes.
With a call to action.
There you go.
Yes.
That's a call
Can
to
I elaborate?
action.
Sure. So having a specific call to action that's really targeted to that ideal client profile so that when someone sees or engages with that content, they feel like, wow, they're speaking directly to me and I need to reach out to this person to engage.
I think your ideas are all spot on. It's just I have them more organized in my mind. And I think, I don't know about you, but when I'm organized, when my thoughts are clear, like I feel like I can I can get to that goal like easier and with clarity, and I can communicate that clarity to you. So if I want to generate leads today, of course, there's so many ways. You can have a billboard saying, hey, hire XYZ HVAC company, right? And some people might actually take their phone as they're driving and take a picture and like call the number, right? That's a lead. A lead is a phone ringing as well. It's not just, someone filling out a form or whatever. But in the end of the day, yes, you can use billboard, you can use radio, you can use flyers, networking events. But our favorite service is to generate leads with social media and with Google. So we call them search and social. And those are the two pillars of our services, search and social. Very interesting two words. And, it makes it easy for you as you go out in the community and you're talking to people and they say, hey, what are our services you sell? Well, we're focused on helping you get discovered when people search for whatever you're offering. I want you to appear there, to be there. But it's not enough to appear there. I want them, when they see your name appears on Google or in AI, I want them to recall your name and feel the feelings about the brand that we talked about.
Yeah.
And so that's why we pair search is paired with social, because the social media or marketing with social media marketing allows that brand that we defined earlier to be visible, to be liked, and to be trusted in the market. So when they search for it online and they have a list of names on their Google, they recognize that name and they pick it and they buy from it. Once you have a good brand, price become less relevant. So let's say you have a pile of junk in your backyard and you know zero person. So what do?
Type it into Google.
Type into Google. And what do you do next?
I don't scroll more than a page.
What do you do with that first initial list?
I try to evaluate it in my own way, but if I don't know or feel connected to any of those names, then they're just names. And I'm probably just going to go in order down the list until I find something on their page that deters me, and then I move on to the next.
In fact, I had the same issue when we first moved into the house. I was looking for a gardener, and I went to Google. I did not know any gardener. Went to gardener near me, and I had this list. I know nobody of them.
Right.
What did I do? I start calling one after the other. How much do you charge for gardening service?
Yeah, well, you automatically go to price. And you go to the cheapest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because all of them have all of them have great reviews. And in today's world, let's face it, like everybody's trying to get good reviews. So everybody's optimizing for reviews. Therefore, all of the people on the first page are going to have good reviews. So what's the second differentiator? If I don't know you, I don't trust you, I don't like you, then all I have to go off is the price.
Yeah.
And that's what we call price shoppers. And that's a bad situation to be in, because now you're competing head to head on price. It becomes a price war. And in price war, you're never going to win. You're never going to be able to grow a business with a price war.
There's always going to be somebody that lessens the price lower than you as soon as they discover that you're lowest in town.
Absolutely.
And you don't understand what that implication is when really it's lesser quality, it's quicker work, it's cutting corners usually,
Yeah, you
right?
kind of have to,
Yeah.
because if you have the cheapest prices in town and that's supposed to be your thing that compels people to come, then
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to provide the quality that other
Precisely.
people will.
A lot of people, when we offer our services, they're like, what? That's expensive. I feel it sometimes. They don't say it, but they think that our pricing is expensive. But then when they become client and they see the value that we provide, the quality that you mentioned, now it's becoming a hack for them. It's like, oh, you offer all of that? Okay. Now it's a different ball game. That's why we like to pair search with social. They're like best friends.
Do you view search engagement differently than social engagement? Because I think of search engagement as more active, whereas social engagement is a bit more passive.
100%. The people who go to Google are in desperate desire and need to hire, to buy. So they are very warm leads. Their intention is to buy. But people on social media, their intention is to be entertained.
They're scrolling.
They're scrolling. They have no desire to hire anybody. So they're different, but they're both very important. One is a little long term. Depends. I mean, you can run ads on social that gets you leads right away. But more likely, when you're scrolling, you get the first, you engage with one of the videos, you engage with another video, you engage. Over time, the algorithm knows that, oh, you like this stuff, so that feeds you more.
Can we talk about the algorithm for a moment? Because I
Yes.
feel like it's one of those like mysterious things that
Yes.
a lot of people hear about, but they don't really know much about. And I think it'd be really beneficial for us to share with our audience about
love that.
what are some of those intricacies that they need to be aware
Yeah.
of.
When it comes to the algorithm, I'm assuming that you're asking on what basis does Instagram pushes one of the videos and not the other?
Yeah, how does it decide?
Why one reel will get 200 views and another reel will get 2 million views, given that the same amount of followers? Actually, the amount of followers is completely irrelevant. You can open an account tomorrow with 5 followers. You can create a video that goes to 2 million views. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that, and that's called the TikTokification of the internet. Let me explain why. Back in the day, when Facebook started and then followed by Instagram, if you collect 10 followers and you post something, the 10 followers are likely to see the thing. Anybody else, not. If you have 500 friends on Facebook and you post a picture, most likely maybe a percentage of those 500 people are scrolling, they're going to see your post. Then TikTok came in. And what did TikTok says? TikTok says, you know what? I don't care how many followers you have. If that video, I'm going to let the AI behind the TikTok engine to match that video with someone who might be interested in it. And so now the algorithm, that's why TikTok got famous, because people are like, oh, I can post a video and then all of a sudden 200,000 people see it and I have 20 followers. That's called the TikTokification. It's basically the social media becomes an interest-based engine and not a friend-based engine. So now it becomes, okay, are you interested in plumbing? Well, guess what? If you like and engage with one reel that is about plumbing, you're going to see a bunch of them because the algorithm learned that that's something you're interested in. And so I have an educated opinion, but I cannot know for sure. It's a black box, even to those who created it, because that's the nature of AI. AI by nature, by the way, it's a black box because it's a matrix. So basically, AI is big data. You put a bunch of data and let the algorithm determine patterns in that data. So even the people who are designing those models, they don't even understand how they actually work. However, what we know is that if you put out a video, the algorithm of Instagram and YouTube and all of these, because all of them now are copying each other completely. All of these, when you post that video, the AI behind those social media is going to synthesize this video. It's going to generate data points. Okay, so this video is going to look at the caption, it's going to look at the transcript, what's being said. It's going to look at who the profile posting it. Do we have a history for that? If Emily always posts about, let's say, pets, the algorithm have determined that you're a content creator in the pets department. So now it starts to match anything you post with somebody who's interested in pets. But it doesn't, the profile is just one element of it. But it's always going to be judging that individual video. And so once it determines all of that, now it starts the testing phase. If you notice, there's a sweet spot. Like every video usually either gets 10 to 20 views. The next phase is it gets 200 to 300 views. That's the next phase. Then it goes into 1,000. Then 3 to 4,000. Then it goes to 40, 50,000. Then hundreds. Then 700, like our recent Markarian video, right? Why? How did that happen, right? The first element is when you post a video, the algorithm is like, okay, we determined all of that. I'm going to recommend 50 people to see the first version of that video. And we can watch, we can see. So the algorithm, think about you as the algorithm. You're orchestrating all of that, loads of videos coming your way. And you have creators putting out videos. And then you have, let's say, few million of people are on their screen right now. And you say, okay, I'm going to feed this video to 50 people as a test. I want to see. And now 50 people are kind of like matching what this video might be about and matching what they're interested in. So there's a preliminary like matching happening. But the algorithm is testing. So it sends your video to first 50 people. And it watches for positive and negative signals. Positive signal is that the first, did you stop the scroll? Positive, plus. Did you watch the entire thing? Positive. Did you engage, comment? Positive. And then finally, which is the most important element or the most important signal, is did you share it? Let me ask you, why do you think shares are so important?
Because it's extending the reach.
The key purpose of why sharing is so important, because you look at the motivation. How do Instagram make money?
People buying from the ads that are on Instagram.
Ads. Instagram makes money when we, marketing people, pay Instagram to show our ad. Okay. What is an important ingredient for that ad is to have enough people at any given time on the platform, eyes glued on screen. The more Instagram's mission is then keeping people glued to their screen as long as possible. And so how do they do that?
By having something interesting.
By making sure that people are staying in the program and stay engaged in watching until as maximum as possible. The moment they see the first post, they're not interested. See the second post, they're not interested. They're going to go off and go to YouTube. And that is losing money for Instagram because they're losing on ad viewership, right? So their goal is to keep you hooked on the platform. The way you do that is by positive signals. If I interact with a post, if I share it with this post, that means that I am interested or Instagram is bringing me value. And so it's going to be elevating from 50 to 200 to 1,000. Yeah. And the more positive signals it gets, the more you're fueling it. That's how people go viral.